Hey there, honey bunny. I swiped your order from the PA. Got it just how you like it. Well, damn it, doll. If I knew you'd bitch about it, I would have gotten your coffee like your moral compass. All mixed up. Get your own fucking coffee next time. Right? What do you think? I think my delivery should be a little bit more jaded and defensive. I did this nice thing for you, and I'm bristled at the idea you would turn your nose up at me. So I get more mean and sweary about it, and my response isn't even that clever. It's obvious the writer didn't just want to say black like your soul, but I'm gonna choose to believe this is like character work. Right, Detective Spencer gets worse at snappy comebacks when she's especially flustered, and then you say, I never said I wouldn't drink it, detective. But if you're the one to mix it all up, I don't know if I'll like what I find. Once bitten, twice shy, after all. And then I say, if I recall, you were the one who bit me. And then you say, and if I recall, you enjoyed it. And then, haven't you gotten the new draft of the script yet? We're shooting today, and the director added a whole bunch of new scenes and everything. How very odd. I'm surprised he hasn't come to speak with you personally yet, since how you do these scenes might as well make or break them as the fan favorite character. Oh, come on, don't deny it. The fans just love you. Your madcap, devil-may-care, maniacal criminal antics. Next to my straight-laced, by-the-book, Spock-like neurodivergent coded detective. I enhance your role with my normalcy, and you enhance mine with your chaos. Chaos is just always more interesting to watch, so naturally you're the more popular character. It's not like I mind, at least. If I had to pick a favorite character, even I wouldn't pick me. Well, the director already talked to me, so naturally you have to be next on the chopping block, considering we are more or less the stars of the show. My acting is just a little bit more, how you say, internal. So the scrutiny is going to be more on you. How do I say this? Apparently the showrunner's gotten real into going onto the fan sites and the forums lately. You know, places where they analyze the writing or post fan art. You know, stuff like that. I don't know if he should really be getting too invested into that sort of thing, but come on. Try and tell me you haven't Googled your character at least once. I've done it at least once this week. Once today. Anyways, he actually got into reading analysis about our characters' mutual dynamic. And it's look, Detective Malleigh McSpencer and Sister Mary Oksana's relationship is more or less the heart of the show. A detective with a dirty past looking to be righteous despite everything she's done and the criminal family she was raised within, and the nun that she confesses all of her sins to, who just happens to be repping out the town with her criminal alias as she looks to send more people to meet Jesus in her own twisted form of divine service to a powerful and almighty Father. The parallels of an unjust person trying to learn to be righteous with this compelling religiosity OCD to her, and a righteous person laughing in the face of justice itself, but compelled by the same higher power. The reliance on father figures who aren't really there. It's what makes Desecrated Host the show that it is. And you know that this is the season where Detective McSpencer learns that the very same woman who she's been hunting down for the past 3 years is the very same as the one who's supposed to wash the blood off her hands, and knows that the blood is there to begin with. She has blackmail on her. And from where the last episode ended, The two have finally been forced to make a truce as criminals look to attack the church in broad daylight, and Oksana has finally lost her disguise and has to seek out help. It's been neck and neck for years and years, and every brief confrontation, every near miss, it's like it has to be building to something big, right? And when they're finally in a room alone together and everything finally comes to a head and this has to be a big deal, well, the showrunner is looking to bite the bullet, even if only for one episode. He's gonna make Malsana canon. Malsana? You know, Malleigh x Oksana, the romantic pairing of Detective Molly McSpencer and Oksana. I keep telling you, Google yourself. There are like 5 billion think pieces about how you looked at me in episode 8 of season 3 when I was clawing at your habit on my hands and knees, and in defense of the fans, the way you portray religious fanaticism when it comes to the idea of somebody you consider halfway degenerate scum cleansing themselves in your blood in particular just happens to read as absurd levels of orgasmic, like the way that they talk about how, oh, I want someone who looks at me the way Oksana looks at Molly. Makes me honestly jealous of myself. Can you even imagine? It's twisted, but it intrigues me so deeply. The way they write about me as like a knight or a handmaiden to a delicate queen I wish to serve only for that love to turn to be so desperately rotten. And the way they write about your obsession with me. I mean, Molly. The way they write about your character's obsession with Molly being something a little less unhinged than the way that the Joker feels about Batman, but not by all that much. It's like chef's kiss. Crazy, bonkers, compelling. And the director and the showrunner and a few of the writers and other staff members apparently all came to agreement on that. Even if it was all unintentional on their parts, that our love was never meant to exist to begin with. Like, the writers wrote a script. Our acting choices shaped that script. And those acting choices changed how the show was written from episode to episode as they found their groove, and the showrunner came to shape the story around these unintentional implications that we implied with our acting, and now we're here, and Malsana's canon. Spensana sounds better, but I don't really know how fans pick out these sort of things to begin with, but... Well, hey, don't shoot the messenger. How do you think Molly's going to feel about that 4-minute sex scene? I have to portray her as despising every second of it, but wanting it more than anything. All the while feeling like she doesn't even deserve it, and thinking Oksana is the hottest person she's ever seen with only my face. And you're acting like there isn't going to be 50 minutes of vagaries in between every 15-second scissoring stint? It's gonna be a nightmare. Oh, I kid. You think we have enough money in the budget for an intimacy coordinator and full frontal nudity on weird cable? Not on your life. I think if they were going to do some shit like that, they'd hire some stunt folks and crop our heads out of frame. Not even worth coming to work that day for that shit. But we do have to kiss, and well, there's no way to fake that now, is there? I do have to wonder who had the compelling idea to convince the showrunner to go through with this, especially after he was so against it before. They must have some huge sway on set, but I do wonder why they would prioritize me kissing you above all else. Do you wonder about that by any chance, honey bunny? Do you? Well, of course it's gonna be me kissing you. Your character is such a bottom.